So I'm a senior in college, and I've recently gotten a job for, I guess, the next coming 2 years of my life, and I'm going to be working on Wall Street. And right now the barn is on fire, and I'm running straight for the barn. So I guess my question is, in such a money-hungry world, how do I stay grounded? I mean, in that environment.
Oh. Money hungry? All things that are manifested like dollars and even markets are born out of vibration first. So isn't it logical that when you feel confident, you are in alignment with Source?
Yes.
And therefore, isn't it logical that when millions of people feel confident, they would be in alignment with Source?
Yes.
And isn't it logical that millions of people in alignment with Source equals a robust market,
Yes.
one that's thriving?
Yes.
And isn't it logical that millions of people who have been directed toward fearful thoughts, who have lost confidence, would be moving toward a market that has not much confidence?
Yes.
But it doesn't even really matter what other millions of people are feeling about a market. It only matters what you are feeling in relationship to your own. In other words, it is a law that you can take to the bank. That when you are a vibrational match to a thought that feels good to you when you think it, it means that good things about whatever the subject is that you're focused upon are on their way to you, you see. We're just wanting to convey to you that you don't need to wait for a stable market in order to eagerly run for the barn called Wall Street. You have the ability single-handedly to find your alignment with any subject. And when you do, you'll feel a compulsion to move in the direction of it, and it will treat you right.
Thank you. That really helps.
So welcome back to Garden Dialogue. My name's Mike.
I'm David.
And this is episode 2. What you just saw was a clip from Abraham Hicks. And you can check out abraham-hicks.com for more information. That is a teaching that, or something that I study, something that very much resonates with me personally. And I just really get a blast out of listening to that. She does something called Rampages of Invincibility. And I love that. And she just rambles and rambles and talks. And by the time she's done talking, you feel all energized. It's amazing. And it does correlate a little bit with, actually I think a lot personally, but that's just me personally, with Course in Miracles. Because at the end of the day, you could say this teaching, just to give it all one big sum up, it just teaches you how to love yourself and let you know that you really are a powerful being. You deserve to be loved, but we must love ourselves in order to do that. So.
Sure, it's just like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, who you gonna love?
So that clip actually was a good segue, going into that from your financial crisis.
My financial crisis.
Yeah, to Abraham talking about the world financial crisis. And that's basically kind of what we have to do, is chill out.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Just chill out. So something I wanted to talk about actually, for myself, I took a trip to Connecticut this past week.
How lovely.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. I had a great time. And I wanted to talk about some of the maybe not so good experiences that I had over there. I have 2 dear friends over there. They're a couple. And I really had an amazing time. But one of the people in particular is a friend of mine from my past. We used to be roommates, and we didn't always get along while we were roommates. And we're really great friends now, probably because we don't live together anymore. But there's still, I think that was like 5 years ago or something like that. But there's still issues there that will come up sometimes. And I definitely don't focus on the past. I'm such a different person. And I've grown a lot since then. But there are some things that will make me feel uncomfortable. Maybe some comments, and this probably happens, every day with people. Not, could be anybody. Someone walking down the street, someone you meet on the elevator or on the subway, and people can say things that you just don't like, that make you feel uncomfortable. So I had to deal with some contrast myself, and it was a little difficult for me. I'm getting really good at dealing with the contrast, and I'm understanding really like never before that you take that contrast, it lets you know what you don't want. It lets you know that my hand's on the stove, so I can go ahead and take it out. Great. Maybe I move too fast personally, and I want to know too much too fast. But one thing with me is that I really said to myself, first of all, I felt a little bit ashamed because I thought to myself, why am I feeling this contrast? I shouldn't be feeling contrast. I think I'm aligned with the things that I want to be aligned with. Why is this other person's words hurting me or affecting me in some way? My happiness does not need to depend on another person. It just depends only on me. And the more aligned we are with our desires, the less contrast we will be feeling. At the same time, Abraham says that contrast is very important, though. It does make life exciting. It does give you something. If we were all the same, and there's no expansion, there's no life expansion in that, and that's one of the purposes of us as human beings. That's one of the purposes of the universe. That's one of the purposes of God, is expansion. And so anyway, I just got really tired. I said to myself, all right, I know what to do, but you know what? I don't want to do it. I don't want to fight the contrast. I don't want to check myself. I don't want to check myself. I don't want to experience this. I don't want to hear these words. I don't want to have to do anything. I was like, well, how much work do I have to do? Haven't I been doing enough? That's basically what I felt. Stepping out of the picture and looking back at it now, I'm glad to say I did do the best that I could do at the time. I did my best to focus on what made me feel good. Again, I kind of said, I don't really want to do that work, though. I shouldn't have to do anything, you know what I mean? But I did a good job, I think, and beep beep. I did a good job, and I really feel that it's okay. I had to do what I had to do, and I took care of business, and if I just keep going down that road, I'll feel less and less and less contrast, and that's my personal goal. As human beings, I think we probably, for the most part, we won't 100% of the time have zero contrast, and we should, because that's part of expansion. So I think I need to learn more patience. I need to chill out and let life happen and just be okay with it. But I think I'm doing good. So that's my story on Connecticut.
I think you're doing good too.
Thank you.
And I love contrast.